France and Belgium were ranked 2 and 3 in the world, respectively, coming into the European Championships. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that neither side has lived up to the billing. Both teams had an identically abysmal record in front of goal in the group stages, scoring just 2 goals apiece despite taking 48 shots each. This translated to second placed finishes for both, hence pitting them against each other in the round of 16. They are also in the more difficult side of the draw, along with Portugal, Spain, and Germany. The two times that France have found the net so far in this tournament are through an own goal and a penalty. They started their campaign in unconvincing fashion against the resolute and well organized Austria side. Didier Deschamps' men scraped through 1-0 in the end, with Maximilian Werber heading past his own goalkeeper. This was followed by a goalless draw against the Netherlands and a 1-1 stalemate against Poland. The Austrians went on to win their two remaining games and topped Group D. Belgium came into this tournament on the back of an unbeaten run that extended back to the World Cup in 2022. They were brought crashing down in their opening game, however, as Slovakia shocked them 1-0. A response was needed against Romania, and Domenico Tedesco's men duly delivered, winning 2-0 with goals from Yuri Tielemans and Kevin De Bruyne. The goalless draw against Ukraine on matchday 3 was nervy at times for Belgium, but they held out to finish second on goal difference in Group E, where all four teams finished on 4 points. The face-off in Dusseldorf on Monday will be the 76th encounter between France and Belgium, with their first meeting back in May 1904. Belgium have won 30 to France's 26, but the Red Devils haven't beaten their geographical neighbors since an international friendly in 2015, in a dramatic game in Paris that ended 4-3. Le Bleu came out on top in the semi-final of the 2018 World Cup, with Samuel Umtiti scoring the only goal of the game. Their last meeting was in the semi-finals of the UEFA Nations League in 2021, when France came from 2 goals down to win 3-2, with Theo Hernandez scoring a dramatic late winner. Their only ever encounter in the European Championships was in the group stages in 1984. Michel Platini scored a hat-trick for France on that day in a 5-0 thumping. In all the three competitive meetings mentioned above, the French went on to win the tournament. At the Euros 3 years ago, though, they did exit the tournament at this stage, following a dramatic 3-3 draw against Switzerland, with Kylian Mbappe missing the decisive spot kick in the ensuing penalty shootout. On the other hand, Belgium haven't lost a round of 16 tie at a major tournament since the 2002 World Cup. They were quarter finalists in each of the last two editions of the European Championships. It will be interesting to see the lineups that both teams go with, as both Deschamps and Tedesco have a plethora of options at their disposal, both in terms of personnel and the setup. France were without the injured Mbappe against the Netherlands on matchday 2, and rested Antoine Griezmann against Poland in their last game. Both are expected to start on Monday. Ousmane Dembele hasn't really fired so far, and we could see a start for Marcus Thuram alongside Mbappe, with Griezmann just in behind. If Deschamps does opt to start all of Adrian Rabiot, Aurelien Chouameni, and N'Golo Kante in midfield, it will be up to the two forwards to make runs into the channels and provide width in attack. Mbappe scored his first ever goal at the European Championships from the penalty spot against Poland, and will be hoping he won't have to wait so long before another one comes along. The back four is pretty settled and has looked impenetrable at times, with Robert Lewandowski's stuttered, retaken penalty the only goal France have let in so far. One way Belgium could respond is by playing a back three, something they did against Romania in what was arguably their best performance so far. Captain De Bruyne has quietly had a fantastic tournament, but the Red Devils have just not been able to apply the finishing touches in front of goal. Doku as a left wing back is probably a risk worth taking, especially if Dembele doesn't play for France. Romelu Lukaku up front has had what you would call a typical Romelu Lukaku tournament. Belgium's all-time top goalscorer has got into some very promising positions and provided an assist for Tielemans against Romania. However, he has had 3 goals ruled out, two for offside and one for a handball during build-up. A particular pattern of play we have seen from Belgium is them building on the left before playing the ball to Lukaku's feet. The striker holds off his man and sets the ball up on the edge of the box for either De Bruyne or Tielemans running forward from midfield. Dodi Luca Bacchio was suspended against Ukraine but is expected to be back for this one, with Tedesco also having other very strong options like Leandro Trossard, Lois Openda, Johan Bakayoko, and Yannick Carrasco. Thibaut Courtois was left out of the squad by Tedesco in controversial circumstances, despite recovering from an ACL injury he sustained last year. The Real Madrid man's absence hasn't really been felt though, as Koen Castells has been brilliant between the posts. De Bruyne versus Kante is a battle we have seen many times before, and the former Chelsea man will be looking to put in the kind of performance he did in the 2021 Champions League final, where the Man City midfielder didn't get a sniff. Despite their woes in front of goal so far, both these teams have multiple individuals who can turn a game on their own. France, while toothless in attack, have looked pretty solid in defense. The same, though, cannot be said about Belgium, who have relied on Castells to get them out of jail on quite a few occasions. With that said, I can see both teams scoring, but France edging it by the odd goal.